everyone, Tony here for the Save Sim channel, taking you up into an alternate history map on Krymsk with the premium P-51 Mustang. Right now I'm fast forwarding it because it took like 10 minutes just to get into the scene of the action, and this is going to be, I'm going to try and make it a relatively short video. Historical battles are very tactical, as I've said in previous videos, and also you don't have as many players to shoot at. In arcade you might be able to shoot the same person down like 5 or 6 times depending on how many aircraft they have. In historical battles you only have max 20 or 30 people. That's very rare. In this particular case there's only like 10, 3 of which I believe are AI, so not that many. But it's still a very interesting mode, historical battles, that allows you to, kind of get realistic. Right now I'm diving on the base. I've spotted 2 enemies that are hanging off around the base. There's also one of my teammates chasing them, so I'm just going to see if I can't give any support. Unfortunately, as you can see, that little fireball over there, they ended up crashing into the airfield, unfortunately, both of them. That wasn't too... So basically I'm just diving and going to shoot at them just to make sure they can't repair. In one game I did not do that. I just, left them to be, and they actually repaired, even on fire. They actually somehow managed to repair and were back up in the air, and that caused the game to be lost. So I just do that just to be on the safe side, even though it's kind of a bad thing to do. So basically I'm just looking around seeing what I can do, and I spot one of the B-17s, and so I decided that, hey, I'm a P-51, this is a historical battle, might as well give some air cover for the B-17, so that's what I'm going to do in just a moment. Right now I'm just maneuvering, trying to avoid the AA, which is very deadly, especially on this map. Yep, there's the B-17. Gotta do a flyover. Warping the wings, just to let him know, or her in this case, it was a female pilot in the B-17, know that yeah, I'm there to cover. And actually, as soon as I did that, I spotted a BF-109G approaching, trying to take down the aircraft. So I start firing. Got a few hits, criticaled him, but unfortunately he also hit my fuel tank, so now I'm leaking fuel. The rockets missed, unfortunately. Rockets aren't always that accurate. And and he's down, so I criticaled, I believe, his elevator and a few other things, so he wasn't really in the best position to fly. But at this point now I've got fuel leaking. I also have a damaged cooling system, so I'm not, the engine's red and starting to blink, so for those in historical battles, you know that when that starts to happen, you need to get to base quickly, and unfortunately I'm closer to the enemy base than anything, and so I'm thinking, should I try? And as you can see, there's some black smoke trailing, so that's never a good sign. So I'm thinking, should I try and get back to the base and repair? And of course I'd have to climb the altitude because I'm probably going to lose that engine before I get a chance to. And so I'm thinking, what should I do? I'm going to try and get to the base, and off in the distance I'm seeing some players fighting, and I'm saying, you know what, I don't want to be in a position where I'm going to be easy prey to be shot down. So what I decided to do is turn back around and start going to some of the ground targets. And that's one of the nature of historical battles, is sometimes you're interested in just getting ground kills, and sometimes a situation pops up where you have to refocus your tactics and go for the ground kills instead of for the air kills. So basically I'm just turned around, decided, hey, I'm probably not going to make it back to base. So I'm just going to start attacking the air targets, or excuse me, ground targets. Especially that AA, which has been shooting at me the whole entire time. So just going to help the bomber out as best I can, staying close to the bomber in case I can defend it again. But I'm going to just focus on the ground targets mostly. And if the bomber needs help, I'll come back to the bomber's aid. This doesn't always happen. Usually the bomber becomes food for the Gs and the other aircraft, taking out that anti-aircraft artillery, AAA, and just regular artillery, etc. And the engine goes. And at this point, I'm just gliding, but there's no control really. I'm too slow, too low, and yep, that's it for me. Basically, I'm out of the game at this point. Now, one of the interesting things, it just says I crashed. The person who I shot down basically quit. And that's one of the things you don't want to do. You want to resist the tendency to quit very quickly after you're shot down in a game like Historical Battles, because sometimes you can get a kill. And a kill in Historical Battles is worth, 3 or 4 in arcade, depending on how many you get. If you're only getting like 1 or 2 kills in arcade, even 4 sometimes in arcade, you don't get as many credits as you would for Historical Battles. Now granted, some might argue, well, you could have had 4 Historical Battles that got the same amount at that point. Yeah, that's true. So basically just following some of the aircraft like the B-17, and that B-17 was really well armed. There was like 2 or 3, and you can see that now, aircraft on her, and she just, her tail gunners kept pumping in the bullets, and actually took one of them down. But once you get 2 or 3 on you, it's only a matter of time before they're gonna eventually get you or damage you to a point where you just lose control. And I believe it was just basically losing the elevator and lift, the wing black, the elevator black, and after a few moments, which was very trying, I mean, almost made it halfway back to base, but with all of those aircraft, there were like 3 enemies left. It wasn't going to be, and finally started to lose control, and as you'll see in a moment, unfortunately crashed. But it was a very good game. Didn't necessarily get that many kills, but it was a fun game. There was a lot of talk in the chat, which I wish they could show on this. It was just a great game. There were a lot of players covering each other, especially on the enemy team, so it was a great game overall. It just turned out, there were a few players, yep, there she goes, down, that, they just managed to have 1 or 2 better players that were able to stay up, and that's all that mattered. Well, that's all for now, everyone. Until next time, this is Tony Cooper, signing out. Great day, everyone. See you next time. Please rate, comment, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.